Okay, so the actor I would like to talk about is Daniel Craig, and of course, we all know him because he plays the famous James Bond in at least 4 or 5 of the whole James Bond collection. And the last time I went to watch his movie was for the very last episode in the James Bond series, which is No Time to Die. And the moment it was released, my boyfriend already dragged me to the cinema because he is a die-hard fan of James Bond. And under his influence, I think I must have watched at least 6 times of Spectre at home, and it's how much he loves it. But of course, to us, James Bond is already a symbol, right? Because, his famous mantra, Bond, James Bond, just resonates in so many of our minds. And the moment the day I started to know about cinema and movies, I already knew about this famous line. So I think for us, watching James Bond is, even if it's not for the plot, it's for a kind of sentiment. So anyways, the character that he plays in the movie James Bond is, of course, very charismatic and very resourceful. And every time he is in danger, he's always able to put himself out, and he's always able to save the day, save his loved ones, and save everybody from danger, basically. So he's like a god-like character in the movie. But in real life, I think Daniel Craig is also a very admirable person because, of course, some critics would say that, it's easy for him to just play one character for his entire career. But come to think of it, it's actually quite hard because you have to put up with the boredom, the ennui, the lack of excitement in portraying this character. And as there are so many sequels being released, how do you reconcile with yourself, right? How do you put up with the boredom? I think that's really about the professionalism of the actor or the actress.
What are the differences between actors or actresses who earn much and those who earn little? I would say it's quite hard to say. Probably the commercial value. Actors who earn more might have higher commercial value than those who don't. Normally, it's like that. Some people might argue that people with more experience and better acting skill might earn more than those newcomers in the industry who lack of experiences. However, there are also some exceptions. Nowadays, the fandom culture is quite big. And some actors, they earn more not because of the acting skill, but because they have a wide range of fans and followers. While some other actors with good acting skills, they might lack of opportunities and human resources and even a good marketing team for them to have that opportunity to be exposed to the public. So that might be the reason why they earn less. It has nothing to do with their acting skill. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Okay, so the next question is, what's the difference between history taught in primary school and the history taught in high school? I would say there are many differences between them. The first thing that comes to my mind would be the way that they teach history. For example, in primary school, in China, we don't have this kind of subject called history in our primary school. So usually, students learn about history through the articles or literatures that they learn on Chinese class, maybe. Whereas for students in high school, they learn it quite systematically through history classes. And besides this, another difference would be the focus. The focus can be different. For example, for students in primary school, they tend to focus on the historical facts, like the exact year this happened or the mysterious plot it has. Their focus might be to arouse their curiosity in history. For example, they might be intrigued by a time of turbulence so that they might grow interest in this subject in the future. However, for high school students, they tend to focus more on its social significance or the historical meaning of a certain event. They want to equip their students with more knowledge related to this field so that they could dive in deeper for their further study, maybe. So those are the differences that I could think of.